What's going on? Welcome to the Ugly Damn Truth Show. I'm Calvin.
And I'm Corey.
Yeah, today's topic, we're talking about self-personal growth.
Yes, my brother. Yes. Everything we've pretty much been talking about. everything we pretty much been talking about these last few weeks, it all starts within yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't even know what we laughing about. We don't even know what we laughing about. But listen. We talking about self-growth today.
Yeah. Excuse us. But yeah, self-growth. Let's go back there.
Yes. All right. So, do you have any kind of experiences within yourself that you feel like you improved on and you had to work on to get to where you're at now, like as a person, as a man?
Well, you know what? There's been a lot that I had to improve on as a man. I think the number one thing, I'm not going to even go on a list.
Got you.
But it seems like we ain't got nobody coming on.
They see the title, they're like, hell no, I want to work on myself.
Let me see here. Let's find out what's going on here, man.
Hey, they like, hell. Ain't nobody like, yo.
Oh, no, we on. I was trying to figure out what was going on, but anyway. And the only person on, look.
Huh? Somebody else on now, too.
Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Woo. For those who joined us, we're talking about self-growth, self-personal growth at that, right?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, man.
Yeah, I think that's a very powerful thing to have. Well, all of us experience some kind of self-growth. That's the most important thing you can have to become a better person, is to be able to develop
and grow,
and to grow and to evolve. I know me as a man, I had to evolve. I think every 5 years, us as humans evolve in different ways. Because I know me as a man, it seems like when I hit 25, then I hit 30, all the way up to my age now, it seems like I was making different, I was growing in a different direction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Every 5 years I sat back and did I do self-evaluation all the time. Mm-hmm. But it seems like every 5 years it was like a
bigger transition for you.
Of taking all those things I learned in those 5 years and it transformed me to something different.
Yeah.
Every 5 years.
Yeah.
What about you?
I feel the same way, man, because I can look at different stages in my life, like you said, when I hit 25, when I hit 30, or when I hit 35, It was like, the things I learned those first 5 or 6 years, it was like I finally got it. It's like, well, damn, this is why my mama was telling me this, and that. You know what I mean? It's like,
that's a good concept you're saying.
You know what I mean?
When was the first time you realized, okay, my mom was saying certain things and it makes sense?
It makes sense.
What age was it for you?
I say about 20-something. About 25, maybe later 30s.
Yeah, I think I was
like early, maybe late 28s, late 20s or early 30s.
Yeah,
somewhere around there.
Was that after you had kids?
That was pretty much after. Yeah, I had
your
kids.
First or second?
My first. Yeah. It was just one of those things that it was like, damn, okay, this is why she was saying this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So now, as I get older and I mature within myself, I realize these things, how so important they are as far as improving yourself on a continuous basis. Because if you continue to not work on yourself, you're gonna always be stagnant and stay right in the same position as a person or a man or a woman.
Let me ask you something, because that's a deep concept. Do you believe that humans, if they don't, do you think they constantly evolve, or is it possible to be stagnant?
I think some people get stuck. I think some people, depending on what kind of trauma they might have had in their life, they probably get stuck at this particular age, as one of my friends stated to me. And now she got me kind of believing that some people, when they go through certain parts of their life and they they hit, like, say for instance, you're 30 something years old, but you 32, but you got something, that trauma that happened to you at 25. You might still be mentally,
25?
yeah, you might still be mentally thinking like a 25-year-old because of that certain circumstance that might have happened, and you're stuck there as an individual.
So do you think that particular trauma keeps them in a particular stage of understanding?
Well, they don't get it. They don't get it.
Okay,
still.
like for instance, like, you know, it can be any scenario. Do you believe it stagnates their whole growth, or just
mentality,
or just that portion?
I think it stagnates. I think it depends on their mental thinking. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, mentally, they're not 36 years old or whatever. They're mentally
25.
You know what I'm saying? They're thinking like a 25-year-old because they're still stuck. Like, when you see these older people acting, you're like, well, damn, why is such and such still acting like they 25 years? They still stuck in that mentality. They haven't self-improved. They're still not developed.
That comes to a deeper concept, too, because you think about it, okay, what does it mean to think like a certain age?
That is a deeper concept.
You know what I mean? Because you hear people say it a lot. You're thinking like you're 25 or 20. What does that actually mean? Is there a...
They haven't matured yet, maybe.
But see, does mature have an age to it?
Well, I would think, though...
Because, I'm going to give you an example of what I mean by that.
Life experiences?
A billionaire, right? Let's say if you was a kid growing up as a billionaire.
Okay.
Your awareness of your environment is totally different than someone that grew up in a poor neighborhood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you got more life experiences.
Exactly. So that doesn't mean they had more life experiences. They could have been sheltered from certain experiences that someone that was poor
or they could
was exposed to.
But I was gonna say, but they also could have been exposed to some things that a poor person wasn't able to be exposed to.
Well, would that make you mature?
Depend on the person, I guess, at that point, as far as the stage that they are in their life. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
so does maturity have an age to it?
Well,
you see what I'm saying?
Well, I think maturity has at certain points in your life. Like right now, you don't think like a 25-year-old, right?
But what does a 25 think like?
Most 25-year-olds do silly things at 25. We all did those silly things, and we like make bad. I'm not gonna say everybody makes bad choices, but quite a few of us make poor choices at 25 that we wouldn't make at 35. And then some people never learn from when they were 25, and then, and like you said, every 5 years, it might take them 10 years to get to that point to be like, damn, I'm finally getting it now. You know what I mean? Like, I met a guy the other day. Just got out of prison trying to buy a car or whatever for me. And he basically was telling me, like, his brother still runs the streets. This is his older brother. He said, man, I'm on some whole different stuff right now. You know what I'm saying? He's like, now I got a job. I'm about to make X amount of money. I'm about to do this, blah, 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 blah. So now he's at these certain stages. Now he's finally... his mind is caught up with him, I think, with his age now. You know what I'm saying? And stop making those poor choices. So he was telling me he's basically been self-developing himself and growing as an individual, and he see things totally different. He on his grown man stuff now. So that's the only thing I can think, you know what I'm saying, as far as people, as far as their growth and everything. You know what I mean? What do you? Cause you thinking, man, you got something deeper.
Well, but you get where I'm coming from. I agree with you 100% that, you know, when it comes to maturity, that's, you know, I think a lot of it has to do with your personal belief of what you feel is growth for you. You know, because once you get to that point, and this is just what I feel. I think when you get to that point where you're sick or tired of where you're at, you know, you start to evolve. I think people.
Well, that's
innately will evolve.
Yeah, that's
you know, I don't think no one stays in the same position.
Well, then
unless you sit in the same space and expand and do the same thing over and over and over and over again.
But that goes back to the experiences of certain traumas or certain things in your life make you sometimes evolve on a whole different level. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Because, you know, certain things as you experience in life, you like, dang, okay, maybe if I would handle this, you prepare for the next time if you went through something. you kind of know how to deal with that situation. You know how to be better with that situation and all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think your experiences mold your reality, and your reality is your consciousness.
Yeah.
So out of that, a lot of times, I believe that we, as humans, or men, start to evolve in a different direction based on how we see our reality. So it's hard to say, like, how does a 30-year-old think? You know, are we saying responsibility-wise? You know what I mean? Or is it on a personal level? Because that, to me, is ultimately how I gauged how I felt about me when it came to my self-growth. And I know you the same way.
Yeah.
Because
I take it on as a challenge.
Yeah, you took on a self-challenge of yourself. Okay, you measured where you were in your life, all the bad decisions that you made, what you learned from it, and now how are you going to proceed in pretty much how you're going to now start to use that information that you learned now.
Oh yeah.
Right? That's pretty much how you gauged it, right?
So basically, like, there's steps to this. Like Isaac's mentioning, you know, is it, you know, as far as mentoring, you know, grown people. Like some people, like, for instance, it's about your environment too, but like think about when you're a child and stuff, a teenager. It all starts there. As far as mentorship and all of that stuff.
It's important.
It's very important. You know, especially mentoring young people at an early age and helping them develop their skills and all of that stuff. That actually helps them and all. You know what I mean? In a lot of different ways. There's a lot of different things that, you know, we can, you know, get a mentor or a self-improvement coach.
I think grown men should have mentors too.
I think so too, because I feel like as a grown man, I need a mentor.
Yeah, I think having someone that has a little bit more experience than you do in a certain, you know, level in life or whatever direction you're trying to go is important, no matter how old you are. You know, because they can kind of show you the ropes and show you what not to do and what to do. You know. So yeah, mentorship is very important.
And then another thing too, as far as you trying to self-grow, acknowledge your flaws. Acknowledge where you need work at. You know what I mean?
That is probably one of the hardest things for anyone to do because of the ego again.
Oh yeah.
The ego steps in and tells you,
I don't need no work.
I don't need no work. Corey, Calvin, you good.
Yeah, you good.
How you are right now.
Everybody needs to accept you for who you are.
Yeah. Well, in some senses,
they do.
They do.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, you know, all of us need a little bit of fine tuning sometimes.
Oh yeah.
You know.
And basically, like we were just saying, get into an action plan. Like get into an action where, you know, basically you need to get moving and running in that direction of what you need to work on. You know what I mean? So that's always is a good, you know, part of helping you grow as an individual and everything.
You know what I think that helped me the most? Well, you'll get me, Corey. You know what I think that helped me the most, Corey? Is that I actually went out and tried different things to know what I liked and what I didn't like.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, whatever, I mean, I sold cars, drove heavy equipment, I was in the office, I was managing. I did so many different things to help me find.
To develop yourself.
To develop what I actually liked and what I didn't like. What I was good at, what I wasn't good at. You know?
That's true.
I truly believe young kids, you should expose them to all types of things in life.
Oh yeah, you definitely got to be exposed to it.
You have to be, because that helps you grow.
Yeah.
Because like me and you talked before, we talk about the small town of Tarpon Springs where we were born in, where we was raised in. It was so many, it was diversity everywhere. You know, you had Greek people, Spanish people, Italian people, Irish people. It helped us. We were exposed to all of those different nationalities that it helped us grow us and develop as individuals. We wasn't closed-minded.
I mean, basically, you were basically able to like have certain type of relationships with no matter what race, color, or whatever.
No, we wasn't blindfolded by anything.
Yeah,
we approached everything with open arms.
Oh yeah,
even different cultures of people. You know.
Gotcha.
What else you
got? Another good thing for me that I do on like you do too. read a book. Read books on a daily basis. You know, that's a lot of people don't realize, man, you'll learn a lot by just reading a book. Turn off the TV and just read a book. You know, another good thing too, you know what I'm saying, like when you read that book, you just pick up words that you never heard of before, because now you're going to go look it up.
You're going to look it up.
You're like, well, dang, what does word mean? You just learning your vocabulary, you know, your kids' vocabulary, all of that stuff actually, you know, helps you develop as a person. So when you're around certain people, you can talk and have certain kind of conversations with them, and they ain't looking at you like, well, dang, okay, this brother know how to articulate real well. I had so many white folks. Hey, I'm not trying to offend nobody. You too. But you know what I mean? In all fairness and seriousness, it's like, you know, people are like, man, this brother know how to really articulate himself. It's like, okay, well.
That offends me sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It offends me.
It's like, well,
you
dang.
Like, think I don't know how to talk because of that?
Yeah, but see, you shock them because you educate yourself and you do what you need to do by educating yourself, and they don't think we are capable of doing that, some of them.
Yeah, well, but you know what?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck how they think.
Exactly.
Because I don't do anything for them. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. But I agree with you. Reading books is very important.
Oh, yeah.
My number one thing for me was definitely books, and also meditating.
Yeah, meditating is a big
Meditation is one of the number one things, so you can soothe and calm your mind, so you can be able to think, to pinpoint where you may have problems at. But you got to read books to kind of identify where those problems might be at too. But the more and more you get to know yourself, the more and more you can probably identify where a lot of your problems at, and you can try to fix those problems and work on them.
Yeah.
Because that was my main thing, is to sit alone with myself and think about all, like, my childhood coming up to now. And like, you'd be amazed of the stuff that you can actually remember that scarred you,
that set you back.
That set you back.
Yeah, because you thinking it was good behavior at one point in time, and that's when you get an adult and you realize because now you having relationships with all types of people, not like an intimate relationship, like you have work relationships, you have romantic relationships, you have friendships, and you wonder, well, dang, why
all those relationships they count?
Yeah. And you like, man, well, why is this happening in this relationship? Is it me or is it this person? Because sometimes we're not accountable.
But you did. But see, that's the key. You just said it.
Accountability.
Yeah, you asked yourself, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah. Is it me?
A lot of people don't do that.
Yeah, acknowledging your flaws.
You have to acknowledge your flaws. That's one good key right there.
Meditating is a big, big deal. And also, I feel like, too, we talked about this, the circle of friends you have.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the circle of the people you hang around with. What's that old saying they say?
Yeah. You want to see the future of a man, look at his circle of 5 friends.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty deep.
Yeah, it is.
You know, when you look back and you look at your circle of friends, that makes a huge impact on your life, because a good group of friends always tell you, hey, man, you handling this wrong.
Think about something for a minute. Our circle of friends growing up in high school, none of us had our dad in our life.
Yeah.
Not one of us.
Nope. Not one.
Wow.
Not 2. And that's the crazy part. That's crazy, isn't it? Didn't have our dads in our life, but we had to figure a lot of things out on our own.
But at the same time, we also had difficulties in relationships too.
Yeah, because we never seen
all of us.
We never seen how a healthy relationship was supposed to
look.
Yeah. If you've never seen that before, how do you know what is real and what is not? So you're basically teaching yourself.
You don't know how to respond in a situation with you and your mate because you've never seen anyone respond in a positive way.
Yeah.
You can't reenact anything, because that's basically what we do.
Yeah, we created stuff that, okay, well, this is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I seen so-and-so do it this way.
Yeah. Also, a good thing, too, I don't know if you do this, but I've done this. I started a journal. I started writing down information on things that I've started, and I'm like, man, and then I go back and I go like, wow, I really wrote this down a couple months ago, and it's starting to come to pass. So, start taking notes on certain things for yourself,
Actually, what I did, my journal is more about it's lyrics, like poetry.
Yeah. Okay.
That's how I write my thoughts.
Okay. I'm into poetry too.
Poetry,
yeah. I love poetry, man. It's pretty big to me. Also, a good step, man, is learning chess. You know, or any kind of strategy game.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Because now, when you learn chess, man, you got to be able to strategize and maneuver through certain situations in life. Yeah. And and chess is a thinking game. I know.
Oh yeah,
it's a thinking game, right? Any strategy game, it makes you think on how you're gonna make your next move and how you're gonna develop and do certain things. So chess is a good way to help self-develop you as a man or a woman. And you just learning that. Get your kids to learning, mastering chess, because once they know how to master chess, if they learn how to master chess, they'll know how to maneuver through life quite a bit.
A lot better.
A lot better.
Yeah, because they have more patience and they can see moves of what can possibly happen. Okay, if I make this decision, this can possibly happen. So maybe I shouldn't make that decision. Let me go this direction. Yep. So it helps develop the critical thinking.
Helps develop that. Have you ever, me personally, like for me, like when I used to do public speaking, that was like my weakest area, doing public speaking. When I get in front of a big, huge crowd, I get nervous, man, nervous, bro. But
I guess not now.
Not now. But I would say also get your, join Toastmasters. If any of you guys don't know what Toastmasters is,
I've never done that before.
It's an awesome little thing.
Never did Toastmasters.
Toastmasters basically help you like get in front of crowds, and you in a room full of a whole bunch of people, you go around the room saying different speeches.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah, bro, we can do it together, man.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do an episode there.
Yeah, Toastmasters.
Toastmasters.
I like that.
Learning how to get out there and do public speaking. That'll help you develop if you in the business world, or if you a college student, or you doing something, because every college student usually got public speaking that they got to take that class.
Got to. I took it. So
yeah, I took it too. And also a good thing too in self-development. It goes back to mentorship, but befriend one of the top salespeople or top executives in your industry. Yeah, befriend them. So that's what you pick them about. Yeah, you learn from other people, picking their brains and everything. Sorry.
So it sounds like it depends on what direction you want to go in your life.
Yeah.
If you want to be a fisherman, you need to get with the best fisherman that you know.
You definitely need to get with the best person that's in that group.
And watch them and study them. I think that's what all the greats did. Michael Jordan, he had to follow. Someone was his idol that he followed.
Oh, yeah.
Every move, every shot.
Yeah, he had to pay attention.
Kobe Bryant, obviously, Michael Jordan was the person that he followed.
Exactly, bro.
So all of us need that, So what's next? So what's the next one?
Learn a new language, brother.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? That's how you stay on your game.
That's what I've been trying to do now, man. Yeah, man.
Learn a new language, man.
I want to learn a new language. Yep.
Spanish. Check the camera. Check the camera. What's wrong with the camera?
What's going on over there, huh?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Shoot. Take up a new course.
College course?
Yeah. Just take up a new course. Get a certificate or something.
Just educating yourself.
Yeah. Also creating a room that you can relax in, and an inspirational room or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's important.
That's important. So you can when
you
get home,
a safe haven. You can go and meditate and clear your mind. We talked about it last week. Most of the men, their little safe haven is the bathroom.
That is what we talk about.
We go sit on the toilet for about an hour.
You don't even be doing nothing.
Nothing.
You just sitting there chilling, meditating to yourself, getting your thoughts together, getting prepared for the kids.
That's the smallest room.
Yep.
Think about that. Why not go in the closet?
I don't even know.
We go into the smallest room.
Yep. Mm-hmm. What you think is the next one?
I don't know.
Overcoming fears.
Oh, I can't see that. You got that.
Oh,
overcoming fears. That's a big one.
Yeah, because
that's a big one,
scared, man, to do different things, bro.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with fear. Most all of it does.
Yeah.
Fear of being rejected.
Fear. Fear
of being embarrassed.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest one, being embarrassed.
Being embarrassed?
Yeah, because sometimes, remember when you were in school and you were scared to get the wrong answer?
Oh, yeah. You ain't, and you might have the right answer.
But you scared to
Like,
raise your hand. No.
And do it as soon as they say the right answer, you're like, damn, I should have stood up.
Yeah.
I had the right answer.
Yeah, and a lot of people are scared to
being embarrassed.
Being embarrassed and, being
rejected.
Yeah, bro, that's a huge one. And another thing is to help you self-develop is level up your skills.
Yeah, so once you start to acquire certain things, just add on to it.
Yeah, you're leveling up your skills.
Yeah.
Also, working out, but basically getting your body right. And because once you get your body right, you get your mind right, it clears up a lot of different things. That helps you when you look. Remember that motto we said, when you look good, you feel good, you perform good.
And that goes to what we was talking about the other week too. I think the most important thing before any of it, eat healthy.
Yeah.
If you're not energizing your body, you're not putting proper foods in your body, your mind is not going to respond right. Because we're carbon beings. So you have to feed your body electric foods so you can think properly. Because if you're eating unhealthy, your mind is not going to be able to function correctly. You're not going to be able to deal with some of the, mental illnesses that you have.
Exactly.
Because your body, it can heal itself. It can heal itself. Naturally, without anything, if you're eating properly. Mm-hmm. So if that should be the first thing that we should do if you're trying to grow in any direction, is to eat right.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Eating is
that's
huge.
That's your life, man. You know what I mean?
So Isaac said,
garbage food.
Isaac said, do we have a call in now?
No.
Nah, we don't have that yet, brother.
Not yet.
We ain't big time yet, but we getting there. All right, so also get out your comfort zone. Real growth comes with hard work and sweat. So being too comfortable doesn't help us grow.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So if you still comfortable in your situation, you're going to be okay with it. Mm-hmm. So you can't be too comfortable in that situation.
Yeah, there's been lots of times when I get complacent because, I do too. What about you? Give me examples of where you had to change. Well, you had to grow.
All right. But dealing with people, period. I read a book on from Dale Carnegie. Mm-hmm. It's called How to Win People Over and Influence.
Influencer. I know the book.
Yeah. Good book. But it helped me realize how to actually react to certain situations. Instead of getting upset about it, go about it a whole different direction and stuff. Because I used to be ready to, jump the gun because you said something silly at my job or whatever. And I'm like, hold up, blah, 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 blah. But then I decided, to basically use those critical thinking, moves or moments or whatever. And I basically decided to handle certain situations in a better, way and reacted a certain way. Instead of getting all upset, I took a different route to it. So I know I've done a better job with that.
Well, so your job is that was a big turning point for you was at work.
Oh, in my personal life too. Uh-huh. In my personal life, relationships, on all types of things, I use that, my react. Because, people say, here's the thing. People can say a lot of different things to you to try to hurt you or whatever. Mm-hmm. But you should never let a person get you out of character. And that's part of where I had to work, on myself, is not allowing somebody to get me out of character on just because they said something crazy to me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if I answered your question.
No, you did.
Okay.
You did. I completely understand what you're saying. A lot of times, so your response was sometimes out of whack.
Yeah, it was definitely out of whack. And it would be like, hey, then after I said what I said, I'm like, why did I stoop down to these people's levels? Mm-hmm. I said, that's what they wanted. And now I'm the one looking crazy. Mm-hmm. So I had to work on that and develop that skill because that's an important skill. So I'm not overreacting to stuff. Because in the real world, you got to play the game. Mm-hmm. You got to know how to maneuver through that stuff and react to certain things.
You know what? As a salesperson, we're taught to... because I remember when I used to sell cars too, we're taught different strategies. Like, you know, you be the first to speak after you're making negotiations.
Yeah, you let the person speak
you
first.
let them speak first.
Yeah.
But a lot of times we don't use it in real life.
No.
And we should.
Yeah.
Soon as you're having a discussion with somebody and they say something, you're supposed to sit and wait, take it in,
Yep.
and then respond. But we don't do that.
Nope. We want to get our point across right away.
Jump the gun every single time.
Yeah.
You know? That's a deep concept.
Oh yeah.
When you think about it, because actually we can use a lot of the stuff that we use in our careers into our real lives.
Yeah.
For real.
Oh yeah, for real.
So what else we got?
Man, we got man.
I know it's a lot. Self-growth is a lot, man.
Identify your blind spots. You know.
And what do you think the best way to identify that? We kind of went over that already, as far as, you know, meditating, spending more time with yourself. Think about some of the, you know, the experiences that you had in your life to identify those problems.
Well, certain like events, people that can trigger me in a day. You know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes you can feel annoyed and all of that. So it's always fun to do exercises that you could discover certain, you know, blind spots within you as a person, within yourself.
So put yourself in situations that can possibly trigger those things too.
Well,
so you can
sometimes
I think that's a good deal.
I think that's a big one because
because
once you've been in that situation, you're like, well, damn, I know I can handle this type of situation.
Let me see. Let me see again, because I have people in my not no more that were in my life that was very toxic, right? So a lot of times I used to put myself in an environment with these toxic people to pretty much train myself how to deal with individuals that was like that.
Gotcha.
And now I've mastered those type of individuals.
Me too, though, and that's the thing. Like I've been challenged like quite a bit, and it's like certain people say certain things to me now, and it's just like wow, it rolls in off of the shoulders, like brushing it off my shoulders now. Where it used to be like, okay, you said this to me, okay, I gotta say something back. So do
you believe avoiding some of your weaknesses help you, or facing them help you?
It goes back to facing fears.
That's right.
So I think it actually helps.
So you should, if you find out what things that trigger you, you need to train yourself to allow you put yourself in that environment to better be able to maneuver around it in the future.
You know? Yeah, that's how you. That's how you. Yeah, and that's how you develop yourself. That's how you develop your character. That's how That's how you become resilient. That's how you become the best version of yourself.
I read a book about 15 years ago called The Way of the Ninja.
Okay.
And in that book, it described the mental training of the ninjas.
Okay, I know what you're telling me about.
Yeah, and what they did, they intentionally put themselves in harm just to build character to become better warriors.
Yes.
Because if you're not in the fight,
you can't become better.
You can't be a better warrior. So you must put yourself in environments that could train you mentally and spiritually to be stronger. Because if you ain't got nothing to fight, you got to spar. Just like boxers,
so
you got like a boxer, you got to spar with your life. You spar with certain things that you're weak with in order to be strong at it.
Exactly.
You can't avoid it and be like, no, I can't be around this person.
No.
All you're doing is hindering your ability to grow.
Yeah.
So you must put yourself in an environment sometime. I'm not saying to the point where, it can tip you over, but at least train yourself, spar, put yourself in an environment that you can train and get over those weaknesses that you have.
Yes, that's a pretty good point. Another thing too, to help you grow as a person, is asking feedback from your friends and family.
Oh, absolutely.
That's how you grow. Like, hey, what things do you think I need to work on?
From ones that actually know if they have also mastered those abilities. Yeah. Because you can't ask someone to identify weaknesses that they may have themselves.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? Because if they got temper problems, they got anger problems, you can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult for them to, So what else we got? I guess we'll get to...
we'll get to questions.
We'll get to the questions in a little bit. So many of them.
Yeah, I know, right? Quit, bad habits.
Bad habits.
That might be a tough one, but but that's how you continue to grow.
I got a line of bad habits that I had to get rid of.
Me and you both.
Yeah. That I didn't know that. I didn't know they were bad habits though.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because you had to identify them like we talked about in the beginning. Now you kind of got to those bad habits. Like, well, damn, okay, this is a bad habit.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I had some bad habits too that I had to work on, and like I said, I had to work on a lot of different things. It's taken me probably 10 years to get to this point now. You know what I'm saying? Just like all the different stages, like you were saying at the beginning of the show. Mm-hmm. When you hit 30, 35, you know what I'm saying, 40 or whatever. Mm-hmm. It took me all of these different years to get to this point.
Yeah, we're gonna continue to grow too. It never stops.
You know what another thing is that we need to do?
Right.
Avoid negative people.
See, but then here we go again though. Mm-hmm. We got to learn how to deal with negative people too though.
Yeah.
Now we don't have to let them in our circle. No, but yeah, avoid them any chance you can. But it's so difficult to.
But that's what I was gonna say. Then learn to deal with difficult people.
That's right. You have to learn it. You have to learn it. It goes back to what we're saying. Train yourself. Yeah. To deal with all types of people.
But that's how you get better too at certain skills, because if you can handle a difficult person, that means you can master pretty much anything. Because at this point in time, you done seen it all now.
Well, yeah, that's
the easy person to deal with that's easy. But if somebody you dealing with difficult,
But that goes back to sports again. To what we were just talking about. The more you train at something, the better you become to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we were well trained and we had a strategy every week for every team that we had.
Yeah, we did. We had to practice, and
we went over the drills and all the plays that our opponent would do.
Yeah, and
how to respond to them. Yep. What were their weaknesses? And we went over it over and over every single day. Mm-hmm. You got to do that in life too.
Yeah.
If you can't stand certain type of people, you probably need to master it a little bit more. Get around them some more, and see how you can maneuver around it.
Mm-hmm. Also, another thing too is to show kindness to people around you.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Showing kindness. That's
a good character.
Yeah, just being a good person.
Yeah, some people just not good people though.
Yeah, man.
Some people just don't have those type of qualities.
Nope.
They just assholes.
Yeah.
And you gotta let them be.
You gotta let some people be an asshole.
You gotta let them be.
Also a good thing is reaching out to people who hate you. That's deep. Reaching out to somebody that actually hates you. You know what that's showing them right there? That you're a forgiving person. And hey, regardless of, you hating me, I'm still going to show you love despite you hating me. Uh-huh. That's pretty big, because they're giving you their ass to kiss. They're giving you all types of pushback, but you still showing them love in the moment. You know what I'm saying? That's helping developing your character, even through that rough patch of them hating you. Mm-hmm. That's pretty huge.
Oh yeah, definitely. You like we go back to what we said earlier. Putting yourself in environments that help you grow. That doesn't mean run away from confrontation or someone that you may have ill feelings about. No, try to deal with them. Mm-hmm. Have a conversation with them. That's big, man.
Oh yeah, bro.
It's big.
And also,
because I know I had to do it multiple times in my life.
I had to do
people
that too.
I actually hated. I really hated. But then I actually got to know them.
Yeah, and we don't take the time to really get to know people.
I got to know them and they were actually great people. They were just misunderstood.
Good, yeah.
And they didn't know how to articulate how they felt inside. So they just lashed out.
But you broke that wall down.
Oh, yeah. But I gave them an opportunity to speak. I listened.
Yeah, that's pretty deep.
And I was patient with them.
And that's another thing, patience.
Patience is huge, man. And that's with anything. You gotta have patience.
You gotta have that patience
with yourself and with others.
Definitely with yourself and others.
A lot of us don't have patience with ourselves, especially if we're not in the position that we want to be in. We get frustrated.
Of course, it's easy.
And then you're frustrated with everybody.
Yeah, you take it out on
patience with anybody because now you're not even happy with yourself.
Yeah, that's pretty deep, man. Mm-hmm. Patience is a virtue.
It's a virtue.
Yeah. Also, turn your limitations into opportunities.
That's huge.
You know what I mean? So turn those limitations into opportunities, because you never know what type of opportunity that you're learning right now when you're dealing with self-development. You know what I mean? And that's an opportunity for you to actually, you know, it might seem like a bad situation, but it's an opportunity to grow as an individual. It's actually an opportunity to teach you to be resilient as a person. It's an opportunity for you to continue to build your character as a person. And that's pretty amazing to me.
I agree. I share that.
All right. Do you want to, you know, get to some of these questions? Or
yeah, if you guys got any questions, hit us up. See if we can respond. Hit some likes.
Hit those
share.
likes.
We need some shares. We need some shares. We need some shares.
Put some fists up. Pump them fists up this week, because we talking about self-growing.
Yeah, you know, tell us about, you know, maybe some different pointers or you know, different tools that you guys use to help develop yourself too, you know. You know, whatever you can add it in. I know for you, Corey, I know it was, you said anger at one time too?
Yeah, man, like, I had to work on that anger, as far as, like, that's why I said, like, responding to people and stuff. And because sometimes people take your passion as anger. Because you could be passionate about how you feel about something, but if you don't know how to display it right, they take it the wrong way.
That's a lot of times, because sometimes we're misunderstood.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of times people don't have patience
to understand
what people are coming from.
Yeah.
You know, you're right about that. I definitely agree. You know,
and that's how that concept of angry black person, angry black man or angry black woman, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, no, I'm just trying to express myself and tell you how I feel about some stuff. Yeah. Like, for real, this is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. And you never know what people's going through every single day, though, man. You know, somebody could have had a bad day and they could be snapping. We just got to have patience with each other, you know?
Yeah, we
definitely and understand where we're coming from. That's
exactly.
it. You know, get out of your own skin for a minute and listen to somebody else's plight for a second. I know it's hard to do, but in order to grow as an individual, that's important to do.
Oh yeah, very important.
You know,
man. Just taking those moments up.
Yeah, absolutely. I shake.
All right, I shake, my brother.
What also, we got going on here?
All right.
Okay, well, I'm responsible for it.
Okay.
Ashe. Definitely.
You want to pull it up on that?
Yeah, because I can't really see it that much.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I know you blind right
Hold up. I ain't got my glasses. But so what Michelle said?
She said, I'm responsible for anyone else's fear or of my truth nor my passion.
Okay, definitely.
Not my fear. Oh, okay. Correct it. Okay.
Yeah. I agree.
Definitely so.
Yeah. You're not responsible for nobody else's fear.
No.
You know?
We all are responsible for our own self.
Yep.
That's why we're talking about our personal growth as individuals, because we are responsible for ourselves.
Yeah, and sometimes, you know what I mean? You know, a lot of people are parasites. I'm not saying, you know, you have to deal with them, but for me personally, if you identify somebody that's a energy sucker or a parasite, get the hell away from them.
What you say again?
Get the hell away from them, because why be around? What you gonna learn from that?
Well, that's why it goes back to the circle of people you hang around.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. So yeah, pretty much. You got anything else to add, brother?
Nah, my brother, I don't got anything else to add, my brother.
Yeah. So what we got going on next week?
No, what you mean Thursday?
Oh yeah, Thursday.
Yeah.
What we got going on Thursday, bro?
Oh man, we doing somewhere else this upcoming Thursday, remember?
Oh yeah, Cigar Thursdays. We're gonna be interviewing two powerful sisters.
Yeah.
Two powerful sisters, man.
Yes.
Entrepreneurs in the city of Tampa.
Yeah, they're doing their thing.
Yeah.
Doing their thing. We're gonna introduce them on Thursday. Mm-hmm. So everybody need to tune in. It's our first interview.
No, second.
Oh yeah, second interview. Yeah,
it's our second.
It's gonna be our second interview. So this one is, gonna be a little different. We're gonna have some females on the show for the first time in,
it's the first time period.
For the Ugly Damn Truth show. Yeah. This is gonna be the first time in history.
Yeah.
So hey, Give us some likes, man. We ain't seeing no likes this week. Nobody don't want to self-develop now. What's going on? Everybody scared to grow. Like, what's going on?
But I tell you what, we gonna sign out. It's been good.
Peace.
We'll see y'all Thursday. Alafia.
Alafia.